Hey guys, it's Matt Bartram here from Warrior Fitness in Health, and in this short vlog I want to talk to you about the different food groups and a role that they play in the body. I'm conscious of the fact that on my social media posts I talk about protein, carbs, fats, fibre, water, and the average person doesn't remember the stuff that they learned in biology back to school, and they don't actually know what each one of the macronutrients actually do within the body. So I'm going to make this vlog super simple, and we're going to talk about building a house so we can relate that to what goes on within the body. So there's four main food groups. Okay, there's protein, there's carbohydrates, there's fats, and there's fibre. Okay, now when I give you examples of food during this vlog, I am aware, as most of us are, that a lot of foods contain some protein, some carbs, some fats. Some foods contain protein and fats. Some foods are carbs only. But when I give you food examples, they're not exclusive to that food group that I'm talking about, but they're the common sources for that food group. So just work with me, because you'd have probably have heard these anyway. So firstly, I want to talk about protein. Okay, so protein. We're talking meats, we're talking fish, we're talking dairy, we're talking protein shakes, we're talking protein bars. Okay, so what do we need to know about protein? So protein is the main building block of the muscles within the body, and as we know, the muscles create some sort of movement and allow our human bodies to move. So every muscle cell in the body is roughly about 60% protein. Majority of the cells within the body, they are all built on protein. So now we're starting to get a feel for how important protein is, because our bodies are in a continuous state of cells dying, cells being replaced, cells dying, cells being replaced. So for example, our skin, we grow a brand new skin every 4 weeks. We don't get to see that because the top layer is flaking off in the shower and in bed and places like that, and then new cells from underneath are growing up, and we get a whole new skin every 4 weeks, and various other structures in the body take longer or shorter to rejuvenate themselves, etc. But what I want you to take away is protein is needed by the majority of cells in the body to build, generate and replace brand new cells and create brand new, stronger versions of us. We all need protein. Even if we're not doing any exercise or movement, we all need protein within the body, because protein can't be stored by the body unless it's extreme circumstances. It's not for this vlog, but protein can't be stored, so we constantly have to get a nice steady conveyor belt of protein going in. So we need meats, we need fish, we need nuts, we need dairy. There's loads of plant-based proteins out there that you can research. There's protein bars, protein shakes, and all that sort of stuff. So protein is super important. As a rule, more exercise, more movement you do, more protein you need. So let's just leave it there. In relation to use an example of building a house, protein is the bricks, the tiles, the wood. It's the raw materials that are going to build that house. Okay, so next food group, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, as majority of people will know, that is the main energy source of the body. Okay, so these cells that are dying and get sent out the body via having a wee, having a poo and flaking off the body and all that sort of stuff. And the protein that comes along, it needs an energy source to build new parts of the body. We need energy to move. We need energy to function in daily life, to work, to look after our kids, to move, to exercise, to train. So carbohydrates are the main energy source. And we're talking rice, we're talking pasta, we're talking bread, sugar, fruit, all the stuff that gives us energy, cereals, okay? They're usually white and beige in colour, so you can't really go that wrong. Potatoes, all that sort of stuff. They're the main energy source of the body. So using our example of building a house, we've got the raw materials, which is a protein, which is the bricks, the tiles, the wood, and this, that, and the other. Let's say, for example, we need 10 people on any given day to do the building work on that house. If we only have 8 work people rocking up to build the house on that particular day. We won't get as much done. We're lacking in energy, and the project might start getting a little bit tired and stretch out a little bit more, that sort of stuff. Flip side, if you have 20 builders rock up, we've potentially got not enough work for 20 people. We've got 10 people working and 10 people sitting in the van doing what builders do some of the times. That equates to what happens within the body. Carbohydrates can be stored if they're not used. So unlike protein that can't be stored, carbohydrates can be stored. So if you're taking in twice as many carbohydrates as you need on a daily basis, the majority of them are going to be converted to body fat. They're going to get stored and you're going to start putting on weight. So the majority of people, as a rule, when they're overweight, obese, that sort of thing, slowly over time have gradually been consuming way too many carbohydrates and haven't been doing enough exercise to put that energy source to good use. So monitor your carbohydrates, okay? Right, third food group, fats. Right, what we're talking here, we're talking oils, we're talking olive oil, coconut oil, flaxseed oil, linseed oil, butters, nuts, avocado, fish, omega-3, omega-6. So protein, raw materials to build every cell in the body. Carbohydrate is the energy that's going to make all that happen. The healthy fats in our diet is the membrane around the outside of every single cell that makes everything work. Okay, we need healthy fats for correct brain function. We need healthy fats for nervous system function. Nervous system, that's what fires all the muscles to do loads of complex movements, etc. We need healthy fats for a hormone profile to make us feel good and elevated in our moods and this, that and the other. Females tend to need a little bit more healthy fats for their 28-day menstrual cycle and their balance of estrogen and progesterone and etc. Released by glands in the brain, etc. To use our example of building a house, the healthy fats is the insulation, it's the cement, it's the sealant, it's the glass, it's the electrical wiring in the house that makes everything just stay whole and work beautifully. Okay, majority of people cut their dietary fat way too much, and that starts having a negative effect on the body, which is for another vlog. Right, last food group, fibre. We're talking cereals, we're talking fruit, we're talking vegetables. Fibre couldn't be easier to explain. Some fibre can be absorbed, some can't, but the majority of it, it's basically the best cleaner for our digestive system. So the body can't really process it, it can't really break it down, we can't use it as energy apart from some minute sources. But as a rule, it's going to go through the body, it's going to clear out all the rubbish, and it's going to keep our digestive system working really, really well. So to use our analogy of a house, the fibre might be the labourers on site that are putting everything tidy at the end of every shift, getting all the tools ready, making sure there's no health and safety mess going on. So there's the 4 food groups. To summarise, we need protein to build the body and to build every cell in the body. We need carbs, we need an energy source coming in, but we need to balance that with our energy sources going out, our movement, our activity, our exercise. We need healthy fats for correct brain, nervous system function and a great hormone profile inside. And we need fibre to keep our digestive system super clean. Now, coaches like us, we manipulate levels of each to suit the person and their goal. So if you've got any doubts whatsoever how much protein, carbs, fats and fibre you should be having, get hold of a good PT, get hold of a good nutrition consultant, and they're going to point you in the right direction to match it with your weight gain, weight loss, plateauing, athletic goals. There's 4 main food groups. I'm hoping you've enjoyed this vlog. If you have, press the like button and press the share button so lots of people can see this free content. If you'd like to know any more about my work, my famous Warrior Bootcamps, biggest in Warwickshire, my PT, my nutrition, my life coaching, my deep tissue massage, etc., go to social media, go to Google, do a search for Matt Bartram PT or Warrior Fitness and Health. You're going to find all the info you need, or go to my website, www.personaltrainertamworth.com. I love you all loads and I'll see you soon.